Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey, Radio Bypass. As you all know, one of our missions here is to turn you on to new musicians and bands that are creating rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. And today, buckle up, because we're bringing you a brand new band that has come roaring out of the gate with a killer debut single. Joining us are Jacob and Thomas Stibbie, along with London Caswell. And rounding out the lineup, but not with us today, is drummer Logan Shepard. Together, these four make up a powerhouse new band called Vengent Strays. And trust me, you're going to want to remember the name. Their debut single is called Passion on the Run, and we're going to dig into this song, how this song came to life, how these guys came together, and what's next in their rock and roll journey. So without further ado, Vengent Strays, welcome to Radio Bypass, guys.
What is up, man?
Hey, good to be here.
Glad to have you. So, as I mentioned, the single that you guys have released recently blew me away how good it is. So you definitely did come roaring out of the gate with that song. But you're a new band, and every band has a story. So I was wondering, what's the story behind Vengent Strays? How did y'all meet, and when did you know that this was the right lineup?
Well, Thomas and I are twin brothers, so no one believes it, but yeah, maybe this will help. Yeah, Thomas.
Who's older? Who's older?
I'm older by like 5.5 minutes.
Okay.
It's not a gimmick. It's the truth. And Thomas and I have been playing together since we were, like 3 years old. So
yeah, maybe even 5.
Yeah. So yeah, our musical journey started like that as kids, where we would dance for the family and sing at Christmas parties and Thanksgivings, and
which I still do.
Yeah.
So we got a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks then.
Yeah, for sure. No, but him and I started a band in middle school named Stay Tuned, and that became an 80s tribute band that lasted from 2010 to 2025. So we played our last shows this year as Stay Tuned, and then Stay Tuned transitioned into being Vengent Strays. So about 2 years ago, the tribute band was doing very well, and we were drawing crowds and headlining iconic clubs and getting attention from a lot of people. And then we talked about it, and we were like, hey, why don't we start playing our own music then? So, we were like, well, let's rebrand completely. And so, yeah, and then that's kind of how the birth of Vengent Strays happened. And then Thomas and I befriended London a few years ago, and I played in the church circuit around the city I'm in. He was a part of his, and rock guys in church isn't like the most common thing on worship teams. So we heard about each other, and we had to meet, and we hit it off right out of the gate, and started writing songs, and then he joined Stay Tuned. So yeah, and then now Vengent Strays. So
gotcha. And did you just transition to Vengent Strays like this year, or?
Yeah. So in August, Stay Tuned, we played our last show. We kind of had a bunch of stuff like in the back burner that we were doing behind the scenes, logo design and recording music and whatnot to get ready to become Vengent Strays. So then we launched as Vengent Strays officially in September, and then October was our first release.
Nice. So that's pretty quick turnaround, but you three had been playing together, obviously, prior to Vengent Strays, but when did the Passion on the Run, did that just get created, or was that something you guys were kind of tooling around with before you made the decision to change names and go with your own music?
London, you should answer this one, man. Your thing.
Yeah, just want to make sure you guys can hear me, because I had
yeah.
Okay, cool. A notification came up that I was muted. Yeah, no, I got you guys.
Okay.
I just told me I was muted for a sec. So, Passion on the Run started as an idea that I had been playing around with, and I just knew when, obviously, I've been playing with Jacob and Thomas. So I was like, hey, man, I have this original song idea. Let's crank it out together and make it a Vengent Strays song. So it was one of the first songs that we did like collectively as a group. You know what I mean? Because we're all songwriters, so it was cool to sort of like flesh this one out as a band and then get in the studio together for the first time and really like bring it to life. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we recorded Passion on the Run January 2025, so almost a year ago. But Thomas and I recorded a couple other songs the year before that you'll hear soon with Vengent Strays too. And so, yeah, we when we first met, like I said, we were all sending songs to each other, and then it just I think Thomas was kind of the one that's like, dude, let's all just do it, man. We got to stop, talking about it. Let's do it. So, yeah,
That's good. That's good. And for you two guys being brothers, I would imagine it could be a blessing or maybe a curse at the same time in some ways. How does the dynamic for you guys play into your creative chemistry?
we fight every day. No,
And you really big fist fights.
no, honestly, man, I think we have, I don't know, something that we are shocked to hear that other twins don't have sometimes. And like we get asked, what is it like being a twin? For instance, I don't know what it's like to not be a twin, right? It's all we know. But we really have just been like a team our whole life. I mean, we went to first days of school together, last days of school, it's cool to tackle just all these, I don't know, milestones together. So, but yeah, for creative wise, I mean, I feel like we just know, like I know how to write things for him and he knows how to write things for me. And it just works, it's the chemistry thing that we have for like that whole twin telepathy thing.
There's some truth to it, right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, like I'll be working on a song idea or even Thomas will, and we both finish each other's sentences, so to speak. So, and then London too. I mean, all of us together.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. When London and Logan came into the picture, how did that affect the chemistry or what did it bring to what you guys already had?
It just brought awesome sauce. I mean, that's a terrible, but it's just been really cool. I mean, it's been easy. And I think we just identified like, hey, all we're trying to do here is, make fun rock songs and have a good time doing it, and, sitting in a living room together and we put lyrics on a television screen. And sometimes, man, it's like solving a puzzle and it'll take us 3 hours to finish one line. So, and then you end up you go back to the first word that someone thought of earlier or whatever. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a blessing for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then the band name Vengent Strays, I thought was a pretty killer name. As soon as I saw it, when I got your single sent to me, I was like, man, it's a pretty cool name.
Cool.
Is there any meaning behind it, and how does it represent you guys as a band, do you think?
So we were called Stay Tuned for years, and that was a name Thomas.
Which was also a pretty good name for a cover band, I think.
Yeah. I mean, when we were in 6th grade, we came up with it. So, and the fact that it lasted for so long, so it was hard to be known as something different just because we were called that forever. So Thomas and I just, we dug deep trying to find a name, and we decided let's go back to something that inspired us from the beginning. And the reason why we wanted to play rock anyway was because of the band Kiss, like so many say. So we dug through some of Kiss's catalog, and I'm a fan of the 80s era Kiss, and off the record Hot in the Shade, there's a song Hide Your Heart, and there's a lyric that says, Tito looked for Johnny with a vengeance and a gun. So we thought of Vengeance and the Gun with 2 N's, because that's kind of cool, So we thought of that at first, and then Thomas said that's too long on a marquee, and we were like, true. So it was, believe it or not, our cousin's 11-year-old daughter who's she wears the Violent Gentleman. It's a hockey apparel company.
Okay.
And she wrote down Vengent, like gentleman, and we were like, that's cool. So then Thomas was messing around. I think he thought of Vengent, Wreck, Fuse, Flaws.
Yeah, Flaws.
So we just took all these words, Flaws, Wreck, Strays, we put it in a hat, and then we just drew it. Because one night we said, we got to pick a name. So then Vengent Strays, we're like, perfect.
Yeah, but I did come up with the name called Recently Divorced.
Yeah, we did not like that.
Apparently, my dad loved that name.
Yeah, no, that was funny.
Well,
Yeah,
I think you chose the right name. I like this name a lot.
But no, once we saw the logo and everything, and
Help bring it to life.
it just fits. And then as time's gone on, it's just what it is, you know. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so I got to look because we kind of answered some of the things I had made notes for myself on already in our conversation as it's unfolded. Another thing I was wondering about, especially because you guys are younger, you know, and you're playing the kind of music that you are that appeals to, you know, my generation too, obviously, is if you were especially talking to your peers, like in your age groups, you know, how would you describe the Vengent Strays sound to someone that hasn't heard the music yet? How would you describe it?
Ooh. What do you think, man? I don't know. I would say it's got, I don't know, mojo, power, grit, and melody. I don't know. That's the way I put it. But London, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, part of what like kept us all together after initially meeting and rocking out together is that like we genuinely love the music from that era, and there's something really special in its energy and its power and its machismo and like just going for it and being excellent at your instrument, you know. And so that's why we want like Passion on the Run, it sounds that way because we wanted to capture that classic rock energy, but with like this modern polish. You know, obviously rock is where it is today. You know, it's not going to sound exactly like how it was back then, but at least, man, how do we capture as much of that passion in it as possible? You know what I mean? With that,
I honestly think passion's a good way to describe it. You hear sincere, kind of genuine vibe because we're not trying to be anything but ourselves. What you see is what you get, man. So I think you feel that in the song, which is another refreshing kind of thing too, because you know, we're just being ourselves and doing our best, you know?
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. It's got to come from the heart, you know?
Yeah, man.
The best songs always do. So that's cool. And then with what time you guys have spent together so far, you have any like memorable firsts in the journey that you guys experienced thus far?
I mean, filming the first music video, I would say, honestly, one
that was pretty epic.
That was epic.
That was very cool was watching Thomas shoot his solo scenes in the video. It was cool. I mean, he's just got this commanding, like
machismo.
Machismo. Yeah, like that word.
Yeah, he's got just the swagger, man. It was crazy. It felt like I won a VIP meet and greet show.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I remember all of us, everybody in the band and the crew that were helping, we were watching it. It was just, that was a cool moment. That was a moment where I was like, okay, we're doing something pretty right and awesome. So
the director told me, he's like, dude, just give it everything you got and be like Tommy Vegas or whoever you want to be. And I'm like, all right. So I literally was just like turning into my like WWE persona. I'm like, who would
Thomas has a wrestling character.
And then you'll see Tommy Vegas in the music video, and I'm like, there you go.
It was truly captivating. Like literally the whole crew, when Jacob said that, like we all stopped and we were all just like, holy crap, dude, like this is our singer. It was so cool, man.
Yeah, but also just doing the studio together too. That was a fun day.
Did you guys actually record in the same room, not just sharing tracks back and forth over email? Or
yeah, we went to so this gentleman named Jeff Friedel who plays drums for Devo. He has a studio in his casita, and we went to his studio, and we were all there. We played the same time together for the foundation of it. And then Barry Pointer was the engineer, and Fred Corey of Cinderella played drums on the track, which is a cool little Easter egg.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. How you came to end up working
Yeah, at
with
the
Fred.
time, Logan wasn't playing with us, and he filled in for something for our cover band, but he was booked for something else, and we needed a guy. And I asked Barry, who was engineering, and Barry reached out to Fred, showed him the song, and we actually cut another song with Fred too. And Fred really liked the music, and then he came in, and yeah, and then we did it. It was a lot of fun. The studio was really cool, and then even just making the demos together too. I mean, everything's fun. We always spend the day pretty much laughing the whole time, honestly, because something funny happens. You know, it's usually with this guy.
No, what are you talking about?
That's good, man. I like hearing that. We kind of touched on another thing that I was going to ask a little bit, but maybe you can give us a little more detail. Because I was going to ask you if Passion on the Run, obviously the first single, what's coming next? An EP, an album, just singles here and there? What do you guys got planned down the road for more music for us to all listen to?
We have a ton of songs that are ready to go, and we have a bunch recorded, and we want to go make more. Obviously, the songs. What's cool about all of us together is they'll always keep coming out of us. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna do. We've talked back and forth with like making it an album or an EP or two EPs, or I think what we'll do though for a while is just do singles with videos and kind of like what we're doing with Passion. So then every song can kind of get the attention. We think they're all great. So we don't want anybody to miss any rock goodness, So
That's right. That's right. So no exact planning right now, like the next single January or something like that. You don't really have a timetable just yet.
February is the target. So where we'll have, and then we'll probably do another one in April and then one in May or June. And then kind of just do the every other month thing is the plan. So it's pretty cool. We have like a Halloween-esque song. London, how would you describe that one?
Oh man. Yeah, it definitely has a little bit more of that Halloween slash. It's not horror, but there is a scene in the rock industry. Like there is like a horror rock scene. It's not quite that, but like
it's like 80s.
It's 80s.
Yeah. Think Cheap Trick doing sort of like a sci-fi aliens attack from Mars kind of a song.
Yeah, it's got like a kisses kind of Creatures of the Night vibe.
Yeah.
So, but that will come out too and around Halloween season. So we got a lot planned.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, next year's the big year. We just want to go and do as much as we can.
Yeah. And although we might not have an exact timeline for when the songs are coming out specifically, we do know we love shooting music videos, and so we do, if we can and it's possible, we want to make more music videos for the next few singles we put out too.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. Well, I definitely look forward to hearing more from you guys for sure. And then when somebody's new, and obviously a lot of people are going to discover. Well, actually, before I ask that question, let me ask you this: Passion on the Run, has it exceeded your expectations? Met your expectations? How's the song been received? What are you guys thinking about that? You feeling good about the reception of the first single?
Yeah,
I feel like it's been positive.
Yeah, it's all been really cool
really
stuff. Good. I think too, we've been talking about doing this for a few years, so finally, like seeing the result, it's just cool, and getting all the text messages and phone calls from a plethora of different people and some very well-known people in the music industry that really like the song, and it's surreal, just to know that the hard work. I mean, it's baby steps, but every step means something. So it's
sure.
Really cool. Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So if somebody's just hearing you for the first time, what do you hope listeners would take away from your music? What do you hope they would take away from it?
I hope they're inspired, honestly.
I was just gonna say.
I hope that kind of like, what happens when you heard Van Halen 1 for the first time or something. I mean,
Right.
it blows your brains out, man. Like your brain kind of melts trying to comprehend what you heard because it's new and it's fresh. And I think what's cool, the opportunity we have is younger people aren't familiar with a lot of the classic kind of rock sound. We get to almost introduce that. So seeing,
Yeah.
the Marshall amps and all that, that's a new thing for a younger generation. And we get to kind of carry the torch and also like the flag in the moon thing too. So yeah, like just I don't know,
Yeah.
feeling like they can take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And I always ask young musicians, especially when they're from different areas, you guys are in Southern California, what, obviously you guys are passionate about the music and all that, but I'm never sure that there's a lot of young people that love this kind of guitar bass driven rock and roll. Do you guys find that people in your age group seem to be digging what you're doing as well?
Yeah, like I said, with it being new, what we've noticed is like when we did the 80s cover band thing, we had a residency at a country bar that had a super young demographic. I mean, people were coming to line dance and they really weren't anticipating hearing, Motley Crue and Van Halen and stuff. And we would play all that. And because, like I said, it was like a new thing, it
Everybody
kind of like
loved it.
blew their minds. And they would leave going like, oh my gosh, that song "Shout at the Devil," you guys wrote that? And we're like, no, that's this band, And then they thought a lot of it was our music
Yeah.
and stuff. But anyway, like when playing a guitar solo or hearing a drum solo in person and seeing it, that's the one thing that's special about live anything. I mean, it's always gonna be special, right? So
Yes.
I feel like young people seeing that, I mean, they're definitely into the spirit of rock. It's just they just gotta discover it, and I hope there's a new wave of rock that's coming, so more and more younger people can be exposed to it.
Yeah, I hope so too, because
Yeah.
I'm definitely seeing a lot of younger folks like yourselves creating music now, which makes me feel good that you're actually learning how to play instruments and write songs and not just making sounds on your computer, So that's really encouraging for me because for a long time, I felt like, man, this music that I love is going to die off with my generation, And then the last maybe 8 years now or so, I've been finding a lot of younger guys like yourselves that are passionate about making this kind of music.
Well,
And
the other
that's
thing that
great.
I love about our band too, and at least like Thomas and I has been
yeah.
the driving force for us since we were young, is like I'm passionate about the music, but man, the show to me matters more sometimes. And that's what makes people come back is this feeling of like, what the heck did I just see?
Yeah, I feel like when we do shows, like we put on a show. We don't
Yeah.
just play songs. We put on a show, which I think,
Yeah, I mean, we tell a story,
yeah,
so to speak, and that's been the thing that made Stay Tuned go up in like leverage and where everybody was talking about us is our showmanship and giving something that the audience get to be a part of. And yeah, so Vengent Strays, I mean, is obviously going to be carrying that same, business model. And I think that's something that makes a rock band is the show. I mean, that larger than life feeling. Because
yeah.
we're lame right now, but when we're on stage with guitars in our hands, we're Superman,
Right.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm serious. Like when Jacob's saying this, like the first time I saw them play, like after I met them and they were like, yo, we do this band, Stay Tuned. And I went and watched them play. Like I was blown away. I was like, dude, you guys, the show from the years and honing their craft and putting on the show, top notch. So yeah, it just wait for the live shows, man. It's going to be cool.
Well, I'm hoping to catch one, and I know you've got a couple of shows coming up in this month. I think you're playing. I don't know where this is. Santa Ana Observatory. Is that in Santa Ana, California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Ana, California, near Huntington Beach.
Okay, so you got that on the 17th of December, and then a place I have been to before, the House of Blues in San Diego on the 19th. Unfortunately, I'll be trapped in Northern California. I won't be able to make either of those, but I do look forward to seeing you. And I'm glad to hear you guys talk about the show because while I'm happy to just go listen to good music, period. I don't always see the show anymore. And when I was young, you're right, that was part of what excited me. Some bands more than others put on a show, like you're saying, as opposed to just playing the music perfectly. Kiss, obviously, would be one example that I saw in my youth. But even guys like Ted Nugent, Sammy Hagar back in his early solo days. I mean, that guy, I never saw a guy run faster from one side of the stage to the other and jumping up on a car that he had up on the stage and all this stuff. And just all that energy emanating from the stage, besides the great music, and the smoke and the lights and all this stuff, did make it pretty exciting, even though there were some shows you'd go to and it was more low key, but the music was fabulous too, and you'd still walk away saying, yeah, next time that guy's touring through town, I want to go see him again. But certain shows, you're right about that excitement and putting on a show as opposed to just playing music. So I don't hear people talk about that too much anymore. So that's kind of cool that you guys are thinking that way.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
I mean, Thomas and we've been obsessed with WWE since we were 2. So, I mean, that's honestly another thing that really influenced with music too, is just that larger than life persona. And then London just fits right into it too. So he joined the tribute band later on before we became Vengent Strays. I mean, it just fit like a glove, man. So it's really cool.
Now, going from the cover band, I'm from Chicago originally, and all my Chicago musician friends have given up on playing original music live because you can't get booked really. But cover bands get booked like crazy. So everybody's kind of gone to covers. But you're going kind of the opposite way, going from covers to original. Are you worried about being able to book shows?
I mean, I guess the thing is, I don't know. It's definitely less expensive, when you say, hey, we have this tribute package and you get the high dollar thing. And then, saying it's funny how it's the same band. And we're like, oh, we're going to play our music. They're like, we'll pay you in pepperoni pizza. And that's it.
And Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's going to fall into place as, corny as it sounds, just like the one step at a time thing. We've built a good respect level with a lot of the venues around here where they trust our judgment, and they trust us with the show and with drawing numbers and doing good business and good drink sales and all those things too. I mean, that's another thing that makes the band, successful, because venues like to be happy as well. But we'll still throw covers in and, on the live shows for fun. But then what's cool is, you get to hear our songs too. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that places will take you in, because I know that can be a challenge in a lot of places, and I don't know out here so much, but I do know for sure at home where I come from, it's rough playing music. Okay. And then I guess the last thing before we wrap up that I would ask you is, what message would you send to people that are maybe discovering you right now on RadioBypass for the first time? What message would you like to say to people just discovering you?
The best part of waking up
is Folgers in your.
I'm disgusting. That was good. I didn't think you had any, man.
I know you pointed at me. I was like, I didn't know what to say.
I don't know. My message would be, we could all do on mine would be, chase your dreams, as corny as it sounds, and trust your gut, and do what the heart tells you to do. And this, not to get all deep and weird, but like, life is a gift, and we all don't get the same amount of minutes. And just go for it. You can do it. That's my message. So
it's very profound, young man.
Thanks.
And I think for me, it's just be you. Because I think with this band, it's been cool because we're just all ourselves. So when someone just tells you don't be yourself, don't listen to them. Always be yourself because that's the best thing you can ever do.
Yeah.
All right. Words of wisdom from you, London?
Honestly, those two nailed it. The only thing I'm going to add to it is we pray that this music actually inspires people to pick up their instrument and learn to play and play well, like the greats have always done. Don't rely too much on technology to do the things for you. Like, there's beauty in the process of learning and creating.
Yeah, and being
Right on.
imperfect is what makes it cool.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. And you guys are wise beyond your years, because I agree with you. Nowadays, you're not running 2-inch tape and worrying about the expense of that. So now, you could sit there and keep retracking forever, because there's no cost to it other than time. But that doesn't make a perfect song. Perfect song, a sloppier performance in one part or something still might make the better song, because the energy's there.
Absolutely.
Or the feel is there. And so I like that you guys are thinking that way, because I think that's important. When I listen to music, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've worked with bands most of my life as well, I don't want it to be sterile. And I don't want it to be perfect. What's cool about rock and roll is some of that imperfection. So it's really inspiring to hear guys in your age bracket coming up with that. So good job, boys.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. I'm glad to, get your story out there. I wish I could come to one of these shows. So again, if you're in Southern California, December 17th, you can go check these guys out at the Constellation Room at the Santa Ana Observatory, and December 19th at the House of Blues in San Diego. Always a great venue for seeing a band. But for now, if you missed when I played Passion on the Run on our weekly music show a couple weeks back, I want you to hear it right now. So guys, we've been talking with Jacob and Thomas and London from the band Vengent Strays. Really appreciate you guys taking some time to stop by Radio Bypass. And I wish you success. And I hope we'll be doing this again soon with a bunch more new music from you guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Stick around, everybody. Crank it up. Turn up whatever you're listening on right now a little bit louder, because the song
11.
deserves to be
Crank it up to 11.
To 11. Yes. Crank it. Here comes Vengent Strays. Passion on the Run.